Everyone makes these alarming sardine-eating blunders. Sardines are one of the few types of seafood that naturally contain relatively little mercury. As a result, they are one of the most safe and healthy options for frequent use. These small fish are packed with nutrients that benefit your heart, brain, and bones. They provide protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and essential vitamins that your body requires. But here's the deal. Most people make at least a few major blunders that deplete those advantages, degrade the flavor, and sometimes even harm their health. Think about that for a moment. When you go to buy sardines, are you sure you're getting the appropriate kind? Do you store leftovers properly? Or do you accidentally let them spoil? Have you ever rinsed sardines before eating them, believing that it makes them healthier? And here's the key question. Are you throwing out the part that contains the most nutrition? The truth is that sardines are frequently neglected, not because of what is in the can, but because of how people manage them thereafter. From storage errors to cooking mishaps, these small fish lose their goodness before they can benefit your body. In this video, we'll go over the most typical sardine-related blunders. Some may appear insignificant at first, but once you grasp why, you'll realize how much they mean. By the end, you'll understand how to consume sardines properly. Before we begin, may I request a quick favor? To join our healthy eating community, simply tap the like button and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a comment saying yes, so we know you're interested. Okay, let's plunge in. Mistake 10. One of the most typical mistakes is removing the little bones from sardines. At first glance, it may appear to be the correct move. Bones in larger fish can be sharp, irritating, and even dangerous. Sardines, however, are not the same. Their bones are 100% edible, supple, and safe to chew. The canning process pressure cooks them until they are so tender that most people don't notice. And here is the major secret. Those small bones are filled with nutrients. They are one of the best natural calcium sources you can find in seafood. Just one serving of sardines with bones provides more than 1/3 of your daily calcium requirements, which are critical for maintaining bone strength, tooth health, and muscle function. They also include vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium. Calcium and vitamin D work together to protect bone health, which is especially important as we age. When you remove the bones, you not only add to your workload, but you also waste nutrients that your body need. And, truthfully, you don't even taste them. The bones mix in perfectly with the fish. Many people who consume sardines on a regular basis have difficulty distinguishing between the meat and the bones. Yes, some companies sell deboned sardines, but they are usually more expensive and frequently appear broken apart, since the deboning process harms the fish. That means you're paying more for less nourishment and a poorer appearance. The solution is straightforward. Keep the bones. They're safe, incredibly nutritious, and almost undetectable once you start eating. Consider them a hidden bonus, making sardines one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. Mistake 9. Choosing water-packed rather than oil-packed. One of the most common blunders is buying sardines packaged in water rather than oil. At first look, water-packed appears to be the healthier choice. Fewer calories, lighter flavor, correct? But here is the truth. When you pick water over oil, you lose out on flavor and nourishment. Sardines are naturally high in beneficial lipids, particularly omega-3 fatty acids. These are the same lipids that reduce inflammation, protect your heart, keep the fish moist, and improve your body's ability to absorb omega-3s. On the other side, water does not benefit the fish. Sardines in water often become bland, dry, or even metallic with time. This is because water cannot prevent the natural oils within the fish from degrading. The taste and nutritional value fade as they oxidize. In contrast, oil acts as a barrier, keeping sardines fresher and tastier for longer. In fact, many food aficionados believe that sardines in olive oil taste better the longer they sit. Yes, sardines in oil include more calories, but they are the perfect kind of beneficial fats that benefit your body. It's a tiny choice that has a big impact. If you want sardines that taste wonderful and are high in nutrition, avoid water-packed tins and opt for high-quality oil. Mistake 8. Letting open cans sit too long. This is a mistake that almost everyone commits at some point. Letting an open can of sardines sitting around for too long. While unopened cans can last for years, once you open the lid, the clock starts ticking. When sardines are exposed to air, they begin to decay. The good oils inside begin to oxidize, which not only alters the flavor, but also degrades vital omega-3 fats, which are the primary reason most of us consume sardines in the first place. That implies that the longer they sit, the less nutritious they are and the worse they taste. The length of time they last is determined on the contents of the container. Sardines in water sink the fastest, typically within 24 hours. Oil-based products can keep 2 to 3 days in the refrigerator. If they're in tomato sauce, you might be able to stretch it to 4 days, but here's one rule you can't break after a week. Sardines of any kind are spoilt and hazardous to eat. Another typical mistake is to leave them in an open can. Once exposed, the metal can react with oxygen, hastening deterioration and imparting an unpleasant metallic flavor. That's why food safety experts advise putting sardines in a clean glass or plastic airtight container right away. This keeps air out, reduces nutrient loss, and retains flavor. If you really want to extend their life, you can freeze them. However, this alters the texture and makes them softer. What is the best practice? Only open what you'll eat within a few days, and always store leftovers in an appropriate container. It's a simple routine that ensures your sardines are safe, fresh, and nutritious. Mistake 7. Ignoring expiration dates and storage guidelines. Many people believe that canned food lasts indefinitely. However, this is incorrect. Sardines can last for years if properly packed and stored. Nevertheless, heat, sunshine, and moisture are their enemies. If you put cans in a sunny kitchen window near the stove or in a damp pantry, they will break down faster. Over time, the fish's oils oxidize, the flavors sour, and the nutrients begin to vanish. Even worse, a damaged container may allow bacteria to thrive, rendering the sardines dangerous to consume. Here's something most people don't know. Not all sardines keep as well. Ones packed in tomato sauce or other acidic liquids degrade faster than those packed in oil. That is, if you buy different types, you should rotate them. Use up the acidic variety first, then conserve the oil-packed tins for long-term storage. It's also necessary to inspect the can carefully before opening it. If you notice bulges, corrosion, dents along the seams, or leaks, don't take chances. Simply throw it out. Consider it this way. Sardines are among the most cheap superfoods available. Don't waste them, and more importantly, don't jeopardize your health due to improper storage. With a little care, you can keep each can fresh, safe, and ready to provide you with all of the nutrients it promises. Mistake 6. Only eat them directly out of the can. Sardines are easy to prepare, which is one of their best qualities. When you open the tin, they are ready to eat. But here's the drawback. If you only eat them plain, you miss out on a wide range of flavors and varieties. That is why many people become dissatisfied with them so fast. Sardines are significantly more flexible than people realize. Consider them an ingredient, not a whole snack. For example, mash them with some yogurt, avocado, or olive oil to produce a protein-packed spread for bread or crackers. Top toast with capers, onions, or sliced tomatoes for a Mediterranean-style snack that seems gourmet but takes only minutes. They also shine in heated dishes. Stir them into the pasta sauce at the very end to add flavor and omega-3s. Add them to a stir-fry just before serving to keep them intact while increasing protein. Sardines make even pizza great. Their savory, salty flavor works well with olives, peppers, and fresh herbs. Fold them into scrambled eggs or omelets for a protein-packed breakfast. The benefit goes beyond taste. It also includes nutrition. Combining sardines with vegetables, cereals, or healthy fats improves nutrient absorption. For example, consuming them alongside vitamin C-rich foods such as tomatoes or peppers allows your body to absorb more iron. So, while it is acceptable to eat them directly from the can on occasion, do not limit yourself. Sardines can become a secret element in a variety of meals, adding excitement and nutrition. Mistake 5. Many people believe that all sardines taste the same. However, this is far from the truth. Sardines, like wine, coffee, and cheese, vary greatly in flavor, texture, and quality, depending on where they originate from, how they're packed, and even the season in which they're caught. Consider the source waters. Atlantic sardines can taste extremely different from Mediterranean or Pacific sardines due to factors such as temperature, nutrition, and environment. Cold water sardines, such as those from Norway, typically have a firmer bite and a cleaner flavor. Sardines from warmer seas may be softer and richer. Even the season matters. Fish harvested in the spring may taste lighter than those taken later in the year, which are fattier and more flavorful. And that is not all. The packing liquid substantially alters the taste. Olive oil, tomato sauce, mustard, and water each produce distinct flavors. Spanish and Portuguese sardines, for example, are frequently packaged in high-quality olive oil and develop deep, complex flavors over time. Some producers even smoke their sardines to give them a savory richness, while others add spiced oils or sauces for an added kick. So, if you didn't like one can, don't give up on sardines completely. It could have just been that particular type. Exploring different brands, origins, and pack styles can drastically alter your experience. Sardines are not one size fits all. Once you start experimenting, you'll discover that those little tins hold an entire world of flavors. Mistake 4. Mixing sardines with the wrong flavors. Sardines are courageous tiny fish. Their rich oils and intense, savory flavor make them potent ingredients. However, this implies that they require the appropriate partners. One of the most common blunders is pairing sardines with flavors that clash rather than complement. Here is the trick. Sardines require contrast. Their natural richness is highlighted when combined with bright, crisp, or acidic flavors that cut through the oiliness. Consider lemon juice, vinegar, capers, tomatoes, and pickled veggies. These intense flavors do not mask the sardine flavor. Rather, they enhance it, making the overall meal more balanced and lively. Fresh herbs such as parsley, dill, and cilantro offer a crisp, fresh aroma that brightens everything up. So what should you avoid? Heavy, creamy sauces, buttery foods, or excessively sweet combinations. Cream and oily sardines are frequently overly rich, overloading the palate. Sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings frequently compete with sardines' natural salinity, resulting in an unpleasant confrontation. Let us look at an example. Sardines on toast with lemon and herbs are light and delicious, but sardines covered in a thick cheese sauce, the double richness makes them difficult to savor. It's not that you can't explore, the issue is balance. When the correct flavors are used, sardines go from fish in a can to a gourmet ingredient that feels fresh, lively, and unforgettable. Mistake 3. Rinsing away taste and nutrition. This one could surprise you. One of the worst things you can do to sardines is to rinse them underwater before eating them. Many people do this in the hopes of reducing salt, fat, or the fishy taste. However, rinsing removes both flavor and vital nutrients. When sardines are canned, the oil, sauce, or brine used is more than just filler. It is part of the preservation process. Over time, the fish and liquid exchange flavors, and essential nutrients such as omega-3s and fat-soluble vitamins soak into the liquid. When you rinse them, you lose both the nutrition and the flavor that has been developing for months. Rinsing sardines in oil causes another difficulty. Because oil and water do not combine, the fish becomes slippery, broken apart, and less appetizing. The same applies for sardines packed in tomato or mustard sauce. Rinsing removes the tang and richness that balances the fish's natural flavor. And, certainly, sardines can be salty, but rinsing does not make them any less so. During canning, the salt is absorbed into the fish rather than remaining on the surface. A better option is to purchase low-sodium variations, or to limit the salt in the rest of your meal. That way, the flavor and nutrition remain intact. Consider it this way. Rinsing sardines is like destroying months of careful flavor and nutrient development in only a few seconds. Instead of washing everything away, enjoy the oil, brine, or sauce. It's part of what makes sardines so unique. Mistake 2. Avoiding sardines due to fishiness. One of the most common reasons individuals avoid sardines is that they believe they are too fishy. But the truth is that sardines are fish that are designed to taste like seawater. The fundamental issue is not the sardines themselves, but how they are stored, served, and combined with other foods. Good sardines should taste clean, savory, and somewhat saline, similar to a fresh ocean breeze. If yours taste excessively strong or nasty, they were probably not stored properly, are past their best date, or are just not being combined with the ideal foods. The trick is not to conceal the flavor, but to enhance it. Acidic elements such as fresh lemon juice, vinegar, or a dollop of tomato sauce break through the heaviness and brighten the flavor. Fresh herbs such as parsley, cilantro, or dill achieve the similar effect, giving a freshness that balances the richness. Quality also makes a significant influence. Sardines packaged in fine olive oil or tomato sauce typically taste considerably cleaner and less overwhelming than cheaper, badly processed alternatives. And here's something interesting. Your taste buds can adjust. Sardines may taste robust at first, but with time, you will realize their subtle sweetness and depth of flavor. Instead of dismissing sardines as overly fishy, experiment with alternative combinations. Add them to a salad, squeeze some citrus on top, or serve with crisp vegetables. You'll be astonished at how fast that fishy flavor becomes something to look forward to. Mistake 1. Tossing away the valuable oil. The most costly error people make with sardines is draining the oil and pouring it down the sink. That golden nectar is not wasted. It contains some of the richest flavor and nutrition. Here is why. When sardines are packed in oil, a gradual exchange occurs. The fish release part of their natural juices into the oil, which absorbs back into the fish. After months of storage, The oil becomes rich in omega-3 fatty acids, fat-soluble vitamins such as DNE, and a deep savory flavor. In other words, it converts to liquid nutrients. Throwing food out is more than just losing calories. You're also wasting important nutrients that support your heart, brain, and immune system. In terms of cuisine, you're also passing up a free flavor booster that chefs would appreciate having on hand. So what do you do with it? Plenty. Rather than using bottled dressing, drizzle the oil over salads. Use it to sauté onions and garlic before cooking pasta or rice. To enrich the broth in soups or stews, stir it in. For a quick snack, dip new bread into it and top with a squeeze of lemon and herbs. And, as a bonus, the oil's flavor deepens slightly after opening. When stored properly in the refrigerator for a few days, it can offer even more richness to your meals. Sardine oil is far too valuable to waste. Treat it as the secret element that it truly is. Who should be cautious with sardines? Sardines are one of the most nutritious foods you can eat. However, like any potent food, they are not suitable for everyone. A few categories of people should be very cautious about consuming them too frequently. Individuals with high blood pressure or sodium sensitivity. Most canned sardines are packaged in a sodium-rich brine, oil, or sauce. Too much salt can cause high blood pressure, thus low-sodium options are preferred. Those with gout or elevated uric acid levels. Sardines are abundant in purines, which the body converts into uric acid. For sensitive persons, this can cause gout flare-ups. Moderation is crucial. Anyone predisposed to kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones, as purines may increase the risk. Before consuming sardines on a regular basis, consult with your doctor. Pregnant ladies. The good news is that sardines have very little mercury, unlike larger fish like tuna and swordfish. However, because they are frequently canned in oil or brine, it is prudent to monitor sodium and calorie intake if you consume them frequently. Sardines are an excellent food for the majority of healthy people to consume on a daily basis. However, if you belong to one of these categories, moderation is the safest option. To summarize, sardines are one of the most underappreciated superfoods available, but only if they are treated properly. From selecting the perfect can to properly storing, matching, and preparing them, minor errors might spell the difference between a bland, wasted dinner and a tremendous nutritional boost. Don't let little mistakes prevent you from appreciating everything sardines have to offer. They are high in protein, omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, and vitamins, and they benefit your heart, brain, and bones while being one of the most affordable foods available. You now understand how to maximize their potential, while avoiding the pitfalls that most people fall into. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ideas on smart, healthy eating. Do you eat sardines frequently? Do you have a favorite way to prepare them? Please share your opinions in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you want to continue learning, we have 2 additional films ready for you. Simply click on one, and we will see you there. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button. It really benefits the channel. Also, remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. I would love to hear your comments, so please leave a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.